far as the current development is concerned, yung latest po ay yung just recently held the Joint Commission on Bilateral Conference meeting, which we had last December, last year, 2011. And doon po ay maraming napag-usapan. On the side of the Philippines, the group was led by Undersecretary Basilio. At dito naman sa Cambodia, it was led by Secretary of State Ung Sian. Now, doon sa subjects na pinag-uusapan, actually, this is the first time na ang JCBC was held. The last time was in 2000, year 2000. So, can you imagine, it took 10 years to have it again started. And napakalawak po nung pinag-uusapan. It involves talks on investment, trade, tourism, culture, air services, talks about the transnational crimes, anti-terrorism, and so on and so forth. No? But that right there, ang nagiging napag-usapan is to hasten or facilitate the signing of the existing Memorandum of Agreement on Special Air Services, which I'd like to say na it is scheduled after the ASEAN Summit before the end of April. And second, they also agreed to amend the existing, some provisions of the existing agreement on cultural and educational relation. And then they agreed to finish the pending Memorandum of Understanding involving the Philippine National Police and the Cambodia National Police on how to combat transnational crime. And the latest, again, is on the increase in the effort of strengthening talks on human development and exchange of experts on the areas of agriculture, capacity building through education and training, and so on and so forth. So from there on, you see that all these things is moving really fast. That's why I said it's getting stronger. One very, very concrete result out of that JCBC is the direct flight. Because, you know, wala po tayong direct flight ever since from Manila or from the Philippines to Cambodia. So because of this Special Air Service Agreement, Cebu Pacific will start its maiden flight from Manila to Siem Reap this April 19. So malaking bagay po 'yon sa aming sa ating Pilipino dito, not only here for that matter, pati na rin sa Cambodia, and it will pave the way, open the way for Cambodian to really appreciate what the Philippine is, and at the same time, that is in terms of tourism and investment. They agreed, Cebu Pacific is the carrier, they agreed to have 3 flights a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And this is from Manila to Siem Reap, and Siem Reap to Manila. There is San Miguel here. Then we have the Unilab, United Laboratories, here. And some products of Pure Foods are here also. And then Mega Sardines, the Splash, it's about the personal care here. And this is actually also the result of the first trade and investment mission that we held last 2010. And because of this, the products, Philippine products was already able to get into the market here and participate here. And during that time, there was no direct flight yet. So can you imagine if there is a direct flight, it will really hasten the influx maybe of investors from both countries. itong forthcoming na ASEAN Summit, actually ho, wala ho talaga tayong alam kung anong iti-take up. Because it's up to the current chairman, yung Cambodia po, ang magdetermine ng agenda, what will be taken up. But I am very, very sure it will just revolve around the ASEAN purpose of attaining one ASEAN community. So when you say one ASEAN community, tatlo ang pillars niyan. ASEAN Political Security Community, ASEAN Economic Community, and ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. Doon po sa each community na yan, may mga blueprints yung kung paano ma-attain yun. No? So, I think the Cambodia as chairman should lead the way, of course, with the support and cooperation of the member states of ASEAN, will lead the way on how to achieve this towards 2015. Well, officially, meron pong 3,497 Filipinos na naka-officially register dito sa ating embahada, no, sa embassy. But knowing us, knowing the Filipinos, there are so many na hindi nakarehistro, no? Especially those na naka-employ doon sa border ng Thailand and Cambodia or Vietnam and Cambodia. It's quite far for them to come here. Sometimes nagpapadala tayo ng mobile consular services to those provinces for them to just register so that we know more or less the exact number, no? But I could safely say mga around 6,000, no? Now, as far as the success stories, napakarami ho. Actually ho, ito siguro one of the countries na hindi tayo masyadong problema as far as the OFWs. Most of the Filipinos here are gainfully employed, no? Not as domestic helper compared sa ibang bansa, but they act as managers, supervisors, or even heads of some state. There are some working with the international groups like UNICEF, UNDP, Oxfam, Jesuit religious groups. Madami po sa banking sector, and nakakataba magpuso pag magsabi na, oh, I'm proud of Filipinos here. No? They are well respected po ng both Cambodian at saka ng international community. Kami dito sa embassy, medyo hindi kami problematic as far as the Filipino OFWs here. Unlike in other embassies, Middle East, Hong Kong, and so on and so forth. So it is a reflection of how well off or gainfully employed yung mga Filipinos dito. Like, ang mga places where they work, like garments, casinos, hotels and restaurants, banks. Sa casino, hindi po sila yung card dealer, but they are supervisors of particular sector, or even yung iba head ng food and beverage, so and so. So it's a managerial or supervisory function. Sa garments, hindi sila yung nananahi. So they supervise a group of Cambodian garment workers. So there's a lot of difference. Now, teachers, napakarami yung Filipino teachers dito. Siguro almost 400. Teaching in international schools. Because the trend here in Cambodia now is for them to learn English. Maybe it's a global phenomenon that almost everybody wants to learn English because of the globalization. Well, unang-una yung nature and character, yung human resource. To me, that's one basic quality that which makes us maybe a little bit above some other Asian people, no? Plus yung caring attitude, how we deal with fellow person, and of course our language proficiency. It's the thing that really, especially in Cambodia, once you know how to really be fluent in English, it's a real advantage here. So those are some of qualities, but of course talagang human resources natin is one thing that really makes us different. I mean, it makes the difference. So, pag tinatanong ako minsan in terms of trade balance, sabi ko, I cannot say na we have so much million trade, no? But there is something that which we cannot quantify. It's the human resources. It's the way we have the expertise, the knowledge, and everything.